This is the story of the good ship Trelane and my attempts to become a better sailor, living with the after effect of spinal injury and mental health difficulties. Join me.
Welcome to Sailing Trelane. I'm so pleased that you can join me with this video showing what I've been up to in the last fortnight. In fact, this video is taking a different form to that which I'd expected. I had hoped that there'd be some film of me working in the heads on Trelane, fixing up some of the cupboards that need alteration to store my medical supplies more efficiently. But in fact, I had a phone call from the nursing home who have been looking after me admirably for 7 years, explaining that the NHS had changed the funding model for my care, and that was going to happen on the 23rd of December, which was at that point in 8 days' time. So there's been a somewhat emergent change of plan. This is not at all unusual when you are in the care sector. Things change very quickly. To be clear, we did know that it was coming. We did know that, in fact, we wanted it to happen, but we didn't quite expect it to happen at 8 days' notice. So I'm sure that the national emergency around Omicron and so on has caused people to move paper across desks, perhaps without thinking fully through the implications. So I'm very urgently now packing things up from this space who have looked after me so well for the best part of 7 years and have facilitated my rehab in ways that went far beyond that which I could possibly have hoped or imagined. And it's very suitable today that I'm wearing an Andrew Castle t-shirt. The Andrew Castle Foundation, starting a year and a bit ago now, did so much to help me in my first few tentative steps of rehabilitation, getting out of this environment which has been necessary for many years. And the home too have been incredibly supportive when I explained that I wanted to go off and start sailing around the Solent and then sailing more broadly. They have been fantastic about being permissive and positive risk taking is the technical phrase, and taking risks in positive ways with me, and all the time being incredibly supportive. So while I'm packing and moving stuff to store and moving stuff to the island and coming backwards and forwards, I thought that I would grab this opportunity to make a quick video to show you the pile of stuff, one of the piles of stuff behind me, and to take this opportunity to update you on where we are. So I'm not sure what else this video will contain. One of the great joys of sailing Trelane is getting to explore new places, although on this occasion Trelane herself was not an actor in the drama. I went to visit my mum for a few days before Christmas, and we grabbed a couple of hours away to explore the Church of St Mary Woolpit in Suffolk. St Mary's is a 15th century church which is surmounted by a somewhat incongruous 19th century spire. And inside it was gorgeous to be able to sit for a little while and to enjoy the peace and silence of a place where prayer has been valid for perhaps 1,000 years or more, under the angel anointed hammer beam wreath and among the carved pew ends, including, I'm told, lions, although I don't think the carvers in 15th century Suffolk had a great understanding of lion anatomy. It's always fun to find churches that are beautiful, but for me it's more than that, especially when, like this one, they clearly have an ongoing active Christian community. For me it connects the regular online Christian worship which I participate in with the reality of gathered congregations across the country, and so it was wonderful to find that here too, as I do in the Isle of Wight and in other places along the coast. It's odd to find being out on the water a healing thing for me. In Jewish and Christian theology, the sea is very, very often a metaphor for chaos, and yet I find that what I see is that when I'm out on the water I feel the contact with this great elemental power that spun the world into being. And that is centering and humbling, but it's also holy, it's also good. And so maybe that's what the psalm means when it says that they that go down to the sea in ships and do business upon the great waters shall see the works of the Lord and the wonders of the deep. Maybe that's the thing that I'm touching, but certainly it's a great privilege to find the water being such an important part of my rehabilitation alongside the prayers of many. That's it for this week. Just a little snack, really. I'm determined to try and keep these videos in real time as much as possible because I think it helps you understand what's going on in my life a bit better. Next video, which will be in a fortnight's time, I will talk a bit more about what's going to be happening next year and the Round Britain project.